Are you all ready to see an extreme makeover on a studio building? So, this is a building that my brothers built on a trailer. It's phenomenal. They did a great job, and I have the job of decorating it and setting it up to be a studio. So, as you can see, there are things all over that I have to find a home for. There's furniture, there's other items that I have to find a home for, and that's exactly what I will be doing. There's shelves, there's tables, there's decorative items, and just a bunch of things. And I have to start by putting away some of this stuff just to get it out of the way so that I can begin to work. So there's going to be a lot of moving things around just to see where it fits. So in this video, you'll see that I'm putting things in places and then removing them and then putting them in other places. That's because I'm trying to find a home for these items and decorate it the best of my ability. So right here, I was just folding down some of the leaves to the tree because they were all folded upward. And now I'm just finding a place for this carpet and table, which is going to be in the middle because this is going to be the main table that we use for recording. So, yeah. Now, I just have to try to visualize everything, and I think placing the table, I chose to do that first because it's easier to visualize how I'm going to set everything else up in the room. And so far, the table placement and the carpet placement looks good. And so next I have to bring in this table, this little small table, so that we can find somewhere for that to go as well. And as you can see, it's kind of bent out of shape, so I just have to shape that back. And yeah, so as you can see, things are coming together a bit, but there's still so much more that needs to be done, things that need to be cleaned up and organized. And yeah, so I'm about to place down some carpets, but you'll see later in the video that we decided on switching up the carpets a bit to look differently. So as you can see, there's a lot of trial and error, just moving things around, testing it out, seeing what it's going to look like, and seeing how we're going to like it. So yeah. Growing up, I've always loved decorating and rearranging the house. It's something that I enjoyed doing as a young person and even as I got older, because one of the houses that we stayed in was a much bigger house. It was really big. It was almost like a little mini castle. And it had tall ceilings and a lot of space. But it was a very old house and it came with a bunch of problems. But one thing I enjoyed about that house was there was so much space and so much room to rearrange things and play around with the design. And every other year we would rearrange things, or like when I would do household cleaning, as a young person, I just would enjoy dusting down all of the decorative items and rearranging and cleaning. It was just something that I found to be quite fun. And so getting this job to decorate this shed or this studio was a really great opportunity in my opinion. So as you can see, I'm wearing another outfit because this is another day. It was quite cold the first day that I went to get started in this building. And since then, my father kind of went in there and finished up some things that needed to be done with the electricity, things of that nature. So I was able to turn on the heater and get it warm and nice and cozy. So yeah, here I am another day getting some work done and trying to finish up. So right here, I'm just clearing off the shelf that they mounted up onto the wall, and I'm wiping it, I'm cleaning it so I can get prepared to organize everything neatly on the shelf. And yeah, so there's a lot of other decorative items that are going to be brought in later, but this is just the general design for the moment, just to find a home for all of these items. So right here, I'm about to prepare to get this metal picture onto the wall. So at first I was going to use some stickers, but instead I just decided to use a regular nail for the wall, and it's hung up. So next I'm just sweeping up the aftermath after my father finished installing the electricity. Things had to be moved around a bit, so I'm just placing it back the way that it's supposed to be and doing some more cleaning up and organizing. And as you can see, it's going quite well. I love doing it. It was so fun, and it was a lot better this time around now that it's quite warmer. So, as you can see, I'm working a lot more freely and just rushing to try to get some of this done. You all definitely stay tuned for the end of the video so that you can see the before and after. It's incredible. My mom and dad ended up adding some additional things to the design at the end, and the overall finished look of the studio is amazing. But right now I'm just loving this tablecloth and the decorative items that I put on the tablecloth. It's looking so well, and it's adding a nice touch of color. And I think it was much needed since the walls are all white and it's generally just white and wood. So adding a pop of color just definitely brings out the design. So as you can see, I'm removing some design elements and adding some, and I'm just trying it out. Even with these candles, I later decided, my mom actually decided that she wants them to be clustered together because it looks better that way. And I agree. After clustering the candles together, as you'll see in a moment in the next clip, you'll see it looks a lot better clustered together, and you'll see that soon. But right now I'm just cleaning off this mirror to get prepared to hang it on the wall. And that's also another thing that we decided to change in the design, was having the mirror on the wall. But I'm still just going on and designing, cleaning, rearranging, trying to figure out the design for this building. It's definitely a process, and as you can see, we ended up leaving some things and removing some things. It all just depends on what we're desiring for the studio to look like. And right now it looks good with the mirror after you see me hang it up, but there needed to be something else on the walls that's more suited for a studio. So as you'll see later on in the video, you'll see that some things are indeed moved around, and yeah. So we're getting further along in the video, and I'm just trying to rush and go ahead and get some things done. And I'm laying down the carpets in a different direction, just seeing how that's going to look. And yeah, in a moment I'm going to start back finishing up the shelf. There's some other things that I have to change around on the shelf, so yeah, I definitely have to do that soon. But right now I'm just trying to figure out the placement of these other items on the ground, and I'm realizing that this thing might look a little bit better in the middle of the window. So yeah, now I'm just doing some extra cleaning up, getting this area prepared because there's going to be a nice fountain brought in here, and there's going to be some other things put on the wall, and there's also going to be a hanging lamp. So here I'm just ripping that out of the box and getting prepared to put it up there, screwing in this little hanging knob, and it gets stuck. And there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. But it still serves its purpose. So next, I'm just trying to get this metal decorative item hung on the wall. And I have these nice little sticker things that can hold quite a lot of weight. So they're perfect for hanging this on the wall. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So here's the part that I mentioned earlier, where we decided that we wanted the candles to be more clustered. And now I'm just putting these colorful bottles on the windowsill, and there's like this other colorful little stand. Adds a nice little pop of color. So that's just there temporarily until we really get everything positioned the way that we want it to. Right now I'm just clearing off more of the shelf, getting it prepared for more of the decorative items that we have coming on later. So like I said, stay tuned for the end of the video, because you'll see that we eventually brought in a lot more decorative items than you see me actually putting into the building. There was also some painting done. There was just a few extra little things done that you will see at the end of the video if you stay tuned and wait for the end of the video. So right here, I'm just stacking up some books on the bookshelf, on this book holder thing, and trying to get them positioned the way that they should be. And yeah, but I'm so excited for you all to see the before and after. Well, the after at the end of the video. It looks so great. It's perfect for what we have planned for the studio. And yeah, so a lot of those things that I pulled off the shelf, I ended up putting in baskets and containers on the top shelves. Those shelves are pretty high up, so they're a lot separate from what we had. So yeah, this is how it's looking so far. And now, as you can see, it's looking really great. But there's still more that needs to be done. A lot more that needs to be done. But for now, I'm just going to get started on the porch. And there's a lot that needs to be cleaned up off of the porch. And that's what I'm working on now. At this point, you see me walking extra carefully, because at this point they didn't add the stairs to the building yet, so I had to kind of climb up on the ledge there, and I'm wearing these little heels, so it was a little bit difficult. Yes, that's why I'm moving so slow. But eventually they installed some stairs, and yeah, but I'm just getting all this mess cleaned up and making the porch look a lot better than it did. Even the porch eventually looks a little bit different than the design. Here comes the kitty watching me clean. It was actually a pretty cold day this day as well, but it wasn't too cold. As you might be able to tell in the background, there's some snow melting in the distance, but this was a much warmer day than the previous days, so I used this as an opportunity to go ahead and get the porch cleaned up and lay the carpet down and wipe off the table and just do all the things you see me doing here. And afterwards, I think is when I'm going to go ahead and show you all the aftermath of what we designed in the house, in the studio, should I say. And we did a lot of changes, so I'm excited for you all to see the finished touches that we added onto the studio. And yeah, I'm really excited, so stay tuned, because afterwards we are going to play the video and show you all the after. It looks great, so stay tuned. But before I show you all, there's just a few extra additions that I want to show you, like these two things, they need to be painted. There's a chair in here. There's a few other things that we added, but it's still kind of messy. And so afterwards, after this little outdoor tour, the big reveal will be revealed. Here we are. Finished studio design. It's gorgeous. The lights are on for recording. The two signs are on both sides of the wall for different recording sessions. And the chair with the pillows and the carpets are arranged the way we want them. And everything's nice, comfy, and cozy. There's a little tea station here hooked up for when a person wants some quick tea or coffee. There's a fountain. The light is hung. It's just looking amazing. I hung up those little dragonflies on the wall for an extra pop of color. And yeah, there go the signs for recording in the background, the lights, and the recording studio is set up as well with the camera and the laptop. As you can see, it just looks really beautiful. Those black pictures that I hung up above the window, and there's some decorative items on the window. We added more baskets to the shelf. We added more decorative items to the shelf. And yeah, as you can see, it looks amazing. So yeah, stay tuned for more content from my page. I hope to post more content like this, as well as other types of things. Awesome. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.